Welcome to Mountain to Lake Realty Showcase. I'm Betty Kingery.
I'm Bob Parcell.
And I'm Steve Furrow.
Mountain to Lake Realty is located at 195 South Main Street.
We think that's a great location. We think our website is a great place for you to look at homes that are on the market, get all kinds of real estate tips, and so on your screen there at mountaintolake.com.
We'd love for you to stop by our office. It's in Uptown Rocky Mount. Stop by and see us Monday through Friday. We have someone there ready to greet you from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. If those hours don't work for you, then let us know, whether it's via email or you can reach out to us on the company phone. Let us know when it is convenient time for you and where's convenient time for you, and we'll be glad to visit with you when it is convenient.
So is this the last full week of April?
That it is.
No snow this week, kind of like last week. That was a little different, was it? Few little flurries around. We didn't get much in our county, of course, but it is the spring market, you guys. We need houses to sell. So what do we say? It's a great time to sell. It's a great time to be a seller. So give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. As we mentioned in our show last week, we talked about how more lots, more acreage is selling right now, actually. And so we've got numerous lots to show you during this show, but I want to just take a few moments and, just as Steve said, you may be in the market to purchase a home, and all of a sudden you kind of change your tune and you decide, well, maybe we'll just get land right now and we'll just keep it as an investment for a few years, and who knows, we do want to build on it eventually, but maybe not right now. And so you made the comment, Steve, about that you might have been in the market to buy a home and all of a sudden you're going to change and you're going to purchase land. When it comes to your loan, it is going to make a difference. So you all tell us a little about that as we are selling more land, more acreage right now. How does that affect us? I guess I'm going at the buyer side, and maybe as we wrap up talking about it, tell us a little about if you were a seller and perhaps you have a larger tract of land, but you want to keep maybe 7 to 10 acres yourself. So what all is this going to entail?
Sure. Well, last week I just briefly talked about, if you had everything in order to purchase a home, you've talked with the lender, you've got a great real estate agent, you've got those things behind you, and all of a sudden you've gotten a little frustrated with this low inventory of homes, and so you think, well, maybe I can purchase some land and build. And the situation I was referencing was a gentleman trying to move down to be close to his daughter. He's not in a spot where he has to have something tomorrow, and so it was one of these situations where he said, well, maybe I'll look at maybe buying some land, after we were talking about some of the inventory issues that we have as far as current inventory with homes. And so we moved into that conversation, and I just tried to prep him and saying, look, you need to have a conversation with your lender, because it is a different conversation when you talk about buying land. And in this particular case, he was thinking about building, so land, and then you get land and a construction loan tied in together, and that is a whole nother ball of wax as opposed to purchasing an existing home. And so when you go to buy land, one of the first things that comes to my mind when we talk about a lender is usually they're going to require 20% down as a down payment. And so that's maybe a little different than what you were accustomed to with purchasing a home, especially if you were maybe working with a lender to get a government type loan. Then some of those requirements as far as down payment are very different than what maybe a land would be. And then, the lender piece of that, there's a lot of options out here. If you're buying a home, there's a lot of lenders out there that'll work with you on buying a home. But if you buy a home with a large tract of land, or you're buying land, the lender options, there's not as many out there. And so again, finding that right lender for you is the first step, along with finding a great real estate agent. Bob?
Well, I think when you buy a lot or a larger tract of land, there's a lot of things to consider. It's not a finished product. Some lots are cleared, some have public water and sewer available, some lots are not cleared. Looking at a well and a septic.
You bet.
So certainly an offer can be subject to a soil test. So you can get into a lot of money when something is not cleared versus cleared to put in a drive. It may sound obvious, but you have to look at each lot individually to see what your total cost might be. Restrictions come into play depending on the type of house you wish to build. You need to obviously know that up front, so hopefully we can help you have the owner obtain that. If it's in a property owners association, there's some implications there. But I agree 100% that what you're referring to on financing, because you mentioned 20% down. Sometimes it's higher if it's unimproved, such as no access to public water and sewer, or there's no well and septic in place. Could be even more. There's a lot more, houses for the most part a finished product. Land, you're just getting started. So just the cost to get one lot in position to build versus another that's already cleared with public water and sewer could be a lot of difference in price and less to deal with. And so again, restrictions come into play. I do agree also that buying a home with significant acreage sometimes is a lot of implications with lending. Some lenders, that's their niche. They like large acreage tracts, they like farms. Some shy away from it because maybe it's too much value in the land. And so be careful, how you shop around for that. You may pay more fees one lender versus the other because that loan type it's not their niche, so to speak. Then Betty mentioned as a seller, sometimes people have a large acreage of tract and they want to sell a few acres. That's fine. Just communicate with your lender. If you have a mortgage, to be sure they'll give you a partial release so that you get the money when you sell it, not the bank, or if they'll even allow you to do it. So there's so many different scenarios, but I think the best thing you can do is give one of us a call, and we can try to go over all the implications of what it takes to buy this lot or this tract of land to put your house on it.
You bet. Totally agree with that. All good suggestions, and every situation is unique. It has its own set of circumstances, and then that being said, you have to treat each one of them separately, differently, based upon those set of circumstances. You talked about land. Purchasing a lot at the lake, and what the implications might be there with, we could just, there's a long list of things that could come into play there that we'd have to walk through and make sure that it does work for you and your specific situation or circumstance.
So what about land that's been in the family for 4 generations and it's over 100 acres, or I think it is 100 acres? Now that we have the county GIS system that is so accessible to everybody, is a survey important?
Sure, in that situation, it goes back 2 or 3 generations or more. It may be difficult you may have to agree on a boundary line, have a boundary line agreement. It's rare, but sometimes an attorney can't describe the land in a deed because if there's not a survey or good meets and bounds description, and it's again been in the same family for 100 years or more, then they may not be able to. When I say describe it, usually ideally have a survey and the deed references the plat, get this plat book and page number, or there's a meets and bounds, which is like a mathematical way of describing degrees and angles and at this pin. And what if the meets and bounds talks about a chestnut tree that fell over about 1922? So sometimes you run into that. So I think, in my opinion, always pays as a seller to be prepared to get everything done,
Well,
as opposed to you try to list your property and you try to sell it. You find out later you need a survey. You don't know how much is there. Then they're costly, but they often pay for themselves. Especially sometimes you think you have the county records say you have 12 acres and you have 30.
Yeah.
I've seen that. So that's going to pay for itself 10 times by tenfold.
Well, and Franklin County is a large county, considered in the state of
Oh, yeah.
Virginia. We're still considered very rural, so there is a lot of acreage out there, a lot of usable acreage, and absolutely, if somebody is considering selling their land, it's a good time for that as well. People
is.
coming from, do you find folks from out of state? It's not just people moving around within the county. A lot of folks are coming from the cities to be in a more rural location. You find that true
Sure.
too?
I guess that, yeah, if you found yourself in a high rise with 2,000 people getting on the elevator every day then during COVID, that was, I don't know about other areas, but we had a high demand for some privacy and places more rural. And, certainly having acreage has always been an important thing buyers seeked out, and I think even more so now.
Do you think that it's a lot of second purchases and they, well, of course, if it is land, they got to keep their house, but do you find that these are out of county folks that are looking for acreage tracts here in Franklin County?
Sure. I spoke with a gentleman from New York. There was one from Pennsylvania in the last week. So I mean, it's sure there's people from out of the county, out of state.
Why would you move to Franklin County?
Why would you move here? Watch cable 12?
Well, that would rank high on the list, Bob. But outside of that, I think about, generally speaking, the county taxes that are set forth here with land values and so forth. I think that's an attraction.
We're very fortunate to be so close to Smith Mountain Lake, Philpott Lake, and Roanoke. For jobs. I agree with the taxes. We have mountains. Blue Ridge Parkway goes through our county. You have some steep land, and you get towards this area, cable 12, and it's relatively flat. I mean, not, but much flatter. Obviously, have the lake and
some beautiful views.
Oh yeah,
beautiful sunrises, sunsets, snow flurries in April. But we have four seasons.
Yeah, we definitely have 4 seasons. That's an attraction.
So it is a great place. Okay, well, let's don't delay. Let's talk about some of the homes that we do have for sale, and then spend a lot of time on some lots. We'll go through those very quickly, but let's look at this particular home that's located on A Street. There is an A Street and a B Street in Martinsville, as we represent sellers and buyers in Franklin County and beyond. This is one in Henry County.
That's exactly right. It'd be Henry County. This is A Street in Martinsville. We've got 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths here. Open floor plan. Step in. Betty, we're getting a chance to see her from the front side. You do have a nice front porch here with a little porch swing. I'm going to step inside to the living room area. You get a chance to see those hardwood floors here in the living room. We go to the dining area. And a part of the kitchen you get a chance to see, but this is an open floor plan concept. There's the kitchen area, chance to see. I think I mentioned it's 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths. So there's one bedroom number 1. This would be bathroom number 1. You go to bedroom number 2 and bathroom number 2. And hey, look at that. You don't see that every day. It's a very
not a walk-in bathtub.
Very expensive addition there in this bathroom. And we've got bedroom number 3. We step downstairs to the lower level. It is wide open. You pretty much do whatever you see fit down here. There. A nice deck off the side. Great place to grill a steak, or maybe have a piece of fish that you caught there at Philpott Lake. Some great fishing in Philpott Lake, by the way. We'll step back outside, but this is A Street, the Martinsville address.
Next, we'll travel to a property on Chestnut Tree Road. That's just across the Franklin County line into Henry County. So we traveled down Route 619 to Sontag Road and took a right on Snow Creek Road and take a left into Chestnut Meadows just past the Franklin County line. You'd find this to be the first home on the right, a little over 1 acre. Year built is 2000, so 2,052 square foot home, 4 bedrooms and 2 full baths. Again, a little over 1 acre with a paved drive and a carport there on the right. You step inside, it has a very large family room with a gas log fireplace, good sized kitchen, dining area, as well as dining room. There's a gas log fireplace. As I mentioned, it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bath home. There's a large master suite with walk-in closet. Of course, an additional 3 bedrooms as well. Also has a den, or could be used as an office. 1 level living with utility and laundry room. Here's the 12 by 20 rear deck, has a 6 by 8 front porch, and has a storage building as well. Good mountain views. Snow Creek is also a beautiful area of our county, very rural. You're close into Martinsville, of course. Has a Martinsville address, but you can slide right down 890, which turns into 108, and be in Martinsville and Henry County very quickly.
And this is a unique property, and we talked about the views here in the county, but I mean, all 4 sides of this property here on Chestnut Tree is, you've got great views whichever direction you look.
Let's move from Henry County over to Pennsylvania County, and with a sandy level address on Grassland Drive is where we find our next home. Offers 1,216 square feet of living space, 1 level living, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's on a crawl space, but country living that absolutely gives you the solitude that you're looking for. There's some beautiful pastoral as well as mountain views from this home. Actually, you're not very far at all from Smith Mountain, and of course that means some great fishing. But this is an immaculate home. It's situated on a very flat lot, as you can see. It does include the detached, oversized 2-car garage. There are also some storage buildings on the property, a carport that actually housed their RV for a little while. It is a concrete driveway. And of course, we've got patios, and I'll show you in a few moments as well. Step inside, you've got a pretty much open floor plan, I can't talk, with your living room and going into your kitchen dining area, as you see from here. A closer look at the dining area, and lots of good storage here as well. You've got your laundry just prior to going into your master bedroom suite, and of course it's very spacious as well. You have separation as far as your master suite with your other family bedrooms, and this is a very large bedroom as well. Your family bathroom, and then here's your 3rd bedroom. But again, the property lays very well. You have views, wonderful views, whether you're on the front of the home or on the back. You have this oversized carport, I call it, and as I say, the storage buildings do remain, but a very spacious 2-car garage. And again, looking over the flat area of your property, and you've got grapes, you've got peach trees, you've got all kinds of flowers that are on the property as well. But this is located on Grassland Drive with a sandy level address.
So from Sandy Level, we're going to head back to town. This is Riverview Street in Rocky Mount. It sits on 0.23 acres. It's a 3 bedroom, 1 full bath, a little over 2,100 total square feet here. We do have, with this property, we've got some updates, updated electrical service, plumbing, architectural shingles here, and a heat pump. So we're going to step inside to get a chance to see the living room here. We do have hardwood floors and vinyl flooring in this home. See the kitchen here. We got a laundry room in the dining area. This is bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2, bath here on the entry level. And this is, of course, bedroom number 3. You do have a nice large walk-in closet in this bedroom here. 3 bedrooms and 1 full bath. The back side of this home, you do have a nice 7x14 covered back side porch that you'll see here. You do have a nice gentle sloping yard. Great place for the children or Fido to play. Great spot there on the backyard. This is Riverview Street, Rocky Mount address.
Okay, so you all up to showing us maybe some lots and some land quite yet, or?
Sure.
Here's one.
Here's a 2.62 acre parcel real close to the coves where they have a lot of outdoor concerts. It's in Union Hall, so you go 40 to Kempfort Road to Standiford and Rock Cliff and work your way over to David Lane, where you find this 2.6 plus acre parcel. It's a wooded lot with a stream. There's a single wide on the property, that means it results in a land listing, but of course a septic and well are already installed and 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Good location, very close to the lake. Lots of amenities. In addition, like I mentioned, the Coves is there, which has a lot of really good outdoor concerts. David Lane, that's a Union Hall address.
So from Union Hall, we're going to stay in Franklin County. But we're going to cook kind of on the other side. This is Philpott Road. So we're going to go from Smith Mountain Lake to Philpott Lake, if you will. This is Philpott Road, actually Henry, Virginia, which we're still in Franklin County. It's 10 acres. It does have a stream, a nice rustic 4-room cabin here that you see. Great place for some hunting. It's really nice views here from this property. We're going to step inside. You get a chance to see the living room area. Got another shot coming around. This is the bathroom. Of course, you got a bedroom. This was used as a hunting cabin. So very rustic from that standpoint. You do have a nice covered area here on the side in case it's raining. Maybe you want to do a little grilling. You can do that underneath the covered area. You got a nice deck on the outside there as well. Do have a storage building here on the property. Great place to store the canoe when it's not in the lake. Maybe the fishing rods, Bob.
Giving your arm a rest from reeling on all those fish.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Kind of like a baseball pitcher. You gotta only fish every few days.
Give a little ice, have it handy. It's always a good idea. But this is Philpott Road with a Henry address.
And not too far from the property on Philpott Road in Henry is this one on Crooked Oak Road, a little south of Rocky Mount, off 220 South. Take a right on Crooked Oak, and you'll find this property there with 83 plus acres. There's an 84 by 24 horse barn with stalls and tack room. Also has a 24 by 36 middle barn and a 20 by 30 pole shed. Well and septic are in place. 83 plus acres. This also would be convenient to Philpott Lake is Crooked Oak Road, I'm going to guess, is about 9 miles south of Rocky Mount before you go a little bit further, take a right on the Henry Road to go over towards the lake. 83 plus acres. Next we'll travel to a subdivision. We're forced to have quite a few lots listed on Summit Drive in the landmark subdivision within the town limits of Rocky Mount, meaning you have access to public water and public sewer, as we described earlier on the show. Sometimes when you have let's pretend a 1 acre lot and you're trying to fit a well, a septic, and a house all on that 1 acre lot, things get tight because they have to have a certain distance. But again, when you have public water and sewer and you're just paying the hookup fee, that greatly reduces how much land you have to use for the well and septic. Great views there as you come up. There's lots on the left and the right. We have quite a few listed on each side. Good views of back towards the southern end of Franklin County, back over towards the high schools. You get a little bit further up, you have views of Smith Mountain itself, peaks of Otter, as well as Hayes Mountain. We've been fortunate to sell quite a few of these lots, so we have access to restrictions we can provide with you. There's a property owners association, which is $150 a year, which helps for the mowing and the nice entranceway that we showed you when you first came in. And this is in the town limits of Rocky Mount. There at the end of Summit Drive is technically, you go from the landmark subdivision to the plateau, what's called Penny Lane. We have several lots listed there as well. As Betty's paging through the various lot listings, and we have quite a few available on Summit Drive on each side of the road. And then again, when you get to the cul-de-sac, it's be called Penny Lane, the plateau at the landmark, a different set of restrictions, just amazing views from here. Just absolutely amazing. There's Cahay's to your left, Peaks of Otter to your right. We also have, when you first come into Penny Lane, we have the first lot on the right that you can see the peaks and Cahay's and look back and see Smith Mountain itself. Very nice homes in there. We'll be glad to show you the restrictions for both and surveys and talk to you about the various hookup fees. Very nice entrance, just off a grassy hill road within the town limits. We'll travel off Scuffling Hill Road to Stony Mill Road with the cottages at Stone Mill, an area of patio homes. We've been fortunate to sell quite a few houses there over the years, and here lately there's been an uptick in new construction. Excuse me. I think we've sold 4 lots in here just in the last few months. And one owner has cleared and is in the process of building the home. The other is planning to do so in the near term. And we have more lots available, but really nice homes here. One of the best things I like about Stony Mill Road is not all the homes look exactly the same. Some are larger than others. Some have basements, some do not. I think that kind of adds to it as opposed to everything being a cookie cutter type situation. But a really nice subdivision. Patio homes simply mean instead of having a townhouse or a condo where you share a wall and a ceiling with others in a building, you have your own home, you have a smaller lot size, but you pay a monthly fee to have your yard mowed and snow removal, and really nice homes there. We'll be glad to show you the available lots.
This is headed out, staying in sort of right outside of this, is actually just outside of Rocky Mount, but South Main Street, 7.21 acres, a great commercial property here. It's right the south bypass, if you will, the on-ramp, off-ramp here with 220. Great location. Certainly be glad to show you more about this property on South Main Street. Move from South Main Street, we're going to come back here, Floyd Avenue. If you're not familiar with where Floyd is, this is Rocky Mount. You're going to come take the first Rocky Mount exit to Main Street, turn right on Floyd at the hospital, and then this property is on the right there. Prime commercial building site here, right in the heart of Rocky Mount. Unlimited potential. Of course, you got public water and sewer here on Floyd Avenue.
North Main Street, kind of rare to find almost 4 acres available within the town limits, but that's where you find here on North Main Street. We do have a current survey of this property. In addition to the 3.81 acres, there's also on the adjoining parcel a 50-foot right-of-way to access this property. It's on the adjacent parcel for the benefit of this 3.81 acres, which means you can put the drive over there and use more of this for whatever you intend it to be. So thank you for watching Mountain and Lake Realty Showcase. We appreciate Cable 12 and appreciate you watching our program.